Greetings to you all, ladies and gentlemen. This is Lwandile here, the leader and the instructor of Manikwa School. Today we're going to be doing exercise 2.7 from student A's perspective. And it turns out on this exercise we're actually going to be having 3 solutions. It has been in 2 if not 3 tutorials since we've had 3 solutions for an exercise. So this time around we are gonna have 3 solutions. So here's this textbook I want you guys to take a look at in case you're watching this video for this channel for the very first time. This is the textbook we're actually gonna be working on. We're basically gonna be solving each and every exercise in this textbook. Hopefully you guys will see some of the ways most beginner programmers go wrong when it comes to problem solving. Okay, with that out of the way, I'm afraid you guys as of the time of this recording of this video, I'm afraid I'm not yet qualified to put any links on my channel. So what I did is I've copied and pasted this link over here. If you can't see it properly, I suggest. Okay, here is it. This is the link I want you guys to take a look at and visit in case you wanna find yourself a copy of this textbook here. So you are gonna get yourself a PDF if you visit that site. So right now what you gotta do is to jump on into the problem itself. So the exercise is actually exercise 2.7. So what we are required to do is to find the number of years. So we gotta write a program that prompts the user to enter the minutes, e.g. 1 billion minutes, and displays the number of years and days for the minutes. For simplicity, assume a year has 365 days. So here is a sample run. Okay, now let's start coding. As we all know, the very first thing will be to simply create a scanner. It's not like it has to be the very first line. It can be anywhere at the bottom, as long as you know it is gonna work out in the end. Okay, we could have started by creating variables we will need, and then later on at the bottom we create the scan. It's just that I'm used to starting by creating a scan. Okay, now what we gotta do is to simply create variables to hold minutes, number of days, number of years. Okay, and then remain. This will simply hold the remaining minutes, because as you guys know, the pretty straightforward thing here is to simply go whatever number of minutes a user has input. What you gotta do with that is to remove the number of minutes that will actually make up the number of years on that input, and then from there you gotta keep whatever number of minutes, whatever number of minutes are remaining on what you initially had. Okay, so I guess you guys can understand why we have this rem here, because that's the only variable that might be a bit confusing. So right now what we do is we simply prompt a user to enter number of minutes. Should I go number of minutes, or should I do the same way they did here? Let me do so. So here is what we're gonna prompt a user to do. Prompt number of minutes, enter number of minutes. simply go, okay, enter number of minutes. We keep that on our main variable scanner dot next int. We then go, okay, now it's time to initialize the number of we gotta initialize the number of years first. We initialize the number of years. Years is actually equals to some number. Before we do that, here's what we gotta do. I've been always saying this, you guys. Before jumping into code, you gotta sit down with a pen and a paper and try to understand the problem itself. So what we do know is 1 hour has how many minutes? It has 60 minutes. Okay, so that implies that one day has 24 hours multiplied by, if we're actually looking for the number of minutes in one day, this is what you're gonna do, which also implies that one year, we were told to assume that each year, a year has 365 days. As we all know, some of the years are leap years, so we'll be ignoring that. We'll be assuming all years they have 365 days. So 1 year, if we want the number of minutes in 1 year, we gotta simply say 365 days. Each day has 24 hours. Each hour has 60 minutes. So this is what we have. So what we're simply going to do, we're going to take this number here, we copy and simply go min divided by this number here in order to get the number of years from those minutes. Okay, what else we do now? We gotta keep track of the remaining minutes. Simply do that by going min mode, because now we want the remaining minutes. This is what we do. Okay, once we do that, we gotta find in the number of days, and we will simply be doing that by going again. Before we do that, let's start by understanding. Here's what we need. We know that one day actually has 24 times 60 minutes. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is to simply say number of days is actually equals to remaining minutes divided by this number here. Of course, in this case, you might wanna get rid of these brackets because they are unnecessary. But I always like keeping them, because if you don't, you gotta know the precedence of these operators. Otherwise, you're gonna be messed up, because these operators, they work based on their precedence. Okay, now we have number of days. So what you gotta do is to display the number of days in the number of days system dot the number of years and also the number of days system.out.print. I feel like I'm taking too long, you guys, but it's just that I wanna take you guys each and every step. But if you feel like this is way too easy for you, then I strongly suggest you bear with us and wait for the next few tutorials, because I bet that's where you're gonna see how useful this stuff is, or rather this channel is. Okay, so now minutes. Oh, I decided to name my variable min. Okay, minutes is approximately num of year, number of years and number of days. I hope I've got everything right, and if I don't, at any point in time, you guys, you see, I would really appreciate it. I would love it to hear from you. Like, what is it you think I did wrong on this exercise? You gotta feel free to point out any mistakes. Let's copy and paste what they gave us here. And see if you're gonna get what they got. Boom, we did. Okay, in case you guys you watching this video for the very first time, I strongly suggest to keep watching. That way you will see how useful it is, because we're not teaching a book's content. We're basically doing problems in different ways, because right now this is the lame solution out of the 3 I actually have. Okay, with that out of the way, it's time to wrap it up. But in case you guys you're watching again, if in case you're watching this video for the very first time, I would super appreciate it if you subscribe, because right now, as the time of recording this video, I cannot do some of the things, some of the features that YouTube provide. I am not enabled to take advantage of them, simply because I don't have enough subscribers. So if you haven't yet subscribed, I would recommend you do. Okay, take care, you guys. Cheers. I'm gonna see you on the next tutorial on chapter 2.7.